In this video, I want to talk about the next superpower in the world. It's no secret. That's the Chinese. The Chi-Coms, how Rush Limbaugh wants to call them, whatever the hell you want to call them. They are the next world leaders. As soon as America drops out of the picture, they're going to pick up the pieces the same way the Americans picked up the pieces from the British Empire. Except it's not going to be, how can I put it, such a peaceful exchange of power. That's for sure. But what I want to discuss in this video is how the Chinese use numerology. You've heard me talk about the number 11, how, on 9/11, 3/11, World War I ended at 11/11 at 11 o'clock. But in this video, I want to talk about a different number, the number 8. The number 8 stands for basically three main things: money, power, and karma. And if you always think about karma, it says in the good book, "What a man sows, he shall reap." That basically stands for what goes around comes around. And if you look at the shape of number 8, it's two basically circles. What goes around comes around. But basically, another thing it stands for, like I said before, is power. And the Chinese understand this. And that's why they started their Olympic Games on, get this, 8/8/2008. Look at all those 8s. And then when you add it up, 8 plus 8 plus 2, 0, 0, 8 adds up to 26. To use the numerology, 2 plus 6 equals 8. And here's the kicker, folks. They started the games at 8:08 p.m. Look, 2 more 8s. The Chinese understand how this system works. Another example of how numerology works is if you just look at the Arizona shooting that recently happened in the United States of America. Judge Roll and Kathy Giffords, the congresswoman, the two people who are in power, again associated with the number 8, were both born on the 8th. Listen to this. Congresswoman Giffords was also from the 8th Congressional District. And they were both shot on January the 8th. See, that's the karmic part. And the shooter, he was born in 1988. Again, add it all up, 26, 2 plus 6 equals 8. Just showing you an example of how, one, a country like China uses numerology, and two, how it happens in everyday events. I am telling you, folks, the Chinese use the number 8. Do you guys remember a couple months ago off the coast of California, there was a missile that was launched? That happened on November the 8th. Let me tell you something. I know that was the Chinese, and I'm about to give you the proof. See, like as I explained before, the Chinese do things around the number 8, just like the Illuminati do things around the number 11. 9/11, 3/11, blah, blah, blah. And that missile that was launched off of the California coast happened on the 8th. Now listen to this. Right after Barack Obama got his ass whooped in the midterm elections, Ben Bernanke started monetizing the debt, and that's basically the same debt he was creating with the printing presses, the Federal Reserve. He started buying it, so that basically causes sky-high inflation. Now, see, that actually hurt the Chinese because they hold a lot of our debt. So when did they decide to strike back? On the 8th. Here's another thing. Look back in history. Back when good old boy George W. Bush was the President of the United States. On 4/1/2001, add up the date, 4/1/2001, add up to 8. The Chinese fighter pilot collided with a American surveillance plane and brought it down in Chinese territory. Do you remember all that? Look it up on the internet if you guys don't remember that. The Chinese took a lot of our secrets in that plane. They stole a lot of our technology, and that was an 8-day. So going back to my original point on the missile in the California coast, I want you guys to also think of this one. On the same day, there was a ship, a carnival ship, a cruise ship, that was off the coast of California, and it lost power, complete power. And a lot of people are saying, there's a lot of evidence to this, there was an EMP pulse. And what an EMP pulse is, it's basically a weapon that destroys all batteries, all sorts of electrical equipment. And there were reports on that carnival ship, cruise line ship, that there was fires coming out of the engine room, and all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, a lot of people's cell phones fried out too. So again, I'm giving you my example of how governments around the world use numerology. In this example, it was the Chinese. They started the Olympic Games on 8/8/2008 at 8:08 p.m. Look all this information up. And the missile strike off California came on November 8th. Anything that happens big on the 8th might have China's fingerprint on it.